Hello there.
Alright, let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. I am hitting the record button only a matter of moments after finishing episode 11 of Boardwalk Empire Season 2, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to leave that stumble in the intro. I'm not going to redo it. Leave it one take, baby. But yeah, that was a fantastic penultimate episode, and I'm interested to see what we have in store for the finale, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Elie Moses, a 24-year-old law and film student here from Sydney, Australia. Absolutely shittiest shot. And today we are up to the finale of Boardwalk Empire Season 2, ladies and gentlemen. I'm hella excited for this one. This one is titled To the Lost. Now, I wonder if this means that Jimmy is going to die this episode, because he actually toasted to the Lost a couple of episodes ago. And I can't remember whose death he was talking about, but I think someone had passed away, or someone had been killed, and they toasted to the Lost, and he said that, to the Lost. So yeah, I wonder if that's going to come back full circle, because the thing I love about HBO shows is the breadcrumbs, that you have to follow in previous episodes, and they have major payoffs later on. So yeah, you cannot forget the finer details, because they will come back later on, ladies and gentlemen. There's fantastic foreshadowing in a lot of these shows, and The Sopranos is one of them, to name a few. Even The Wire, ladies and gentlemen, not a detail missed. So yeah, let's get into the reaction. Let's see what's in store for us on this finale, baby, and let's get into it. Let's go. I mean, we've lost a lot of characters in this show, have lost a lot of individuals, a lot of family members, children, Nucky Thompson, like, get what I mean? This could apply to a lot of characters. So yeah, let's see what's in store for us. Hey, this could be the final time we see Steve Buscemi in the intro. They could change up the intro for Season 3. It might not be him anymore looking at the Boardwalk Empire. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Like, it could be insane. Oh, this is the deacon's baptism area, isn't it? Oh, so they're gonna shoot.
You two jokers?
Oh, yo, we beginning like this?
Good.
Okay.
Your attention.
Yeah, that's Jimmy and
Names
Richard.
and addresses of the 3 men who shot up Chalky White's warehouse.
We're starting off with violence.
Who else?
Interesting that James would put himself in that position like that.
Now there's a city for you. Everyone's a crook. Little crooks.
I don't feel like Manny's making out of this
Take
episode.
from who they can. The middleman is always hungry. Always worried. Because from the middle,
Who's he talking to?
it's easier to fall down than to climb up.
Somebody tied up.
But the big crooks, the markers in Odessa, the big crook does nothing.
Oh, nobody tied up.
Drink a vase, eat roast chicken, fish soup, stroll with some cute little shots.
Ooh.
Deribasovskaya Street. Everybody tips their hat.
Okay, maybe Manny might not die
Big crook in Odessa, he's somebody.
if he's talking to Nucky.
Lucky's a busy fella, Manny.
And I have nothing better to do.
You're hiding in the basement of a synagogue. Don't waste his time.
Man, that's crazy.
Maxie Golden is in business for James Darmody.
You have a service going on upstairs as well. I love that, how the sound of the service obviously echoes down to the chamber, the basement here, and it's layered over there talking here. It's great stuff. I don't know, just adds so much to the scene itself.
But you say we have something in common.
We might.
Then let us help each other. You give me Maxie, I give you Darmody, and we make business together.
You'll give him to me. In all honesty, you don't look to be in a condition to do anything.
Well, if the boy chick's wife could still talk, she'd tell you otherwise.
Maybe we have less in common than you think, Mr. Horvitz. But I will consider your proposition. Make sure Mickey knows how to get in touch.
He's heading to jail, and this is the look he gives me.
He ain't in jail yet.
It would be nothing in Odessa.
Oh man, Chalky White gotta deal with them KK boys. KKK boys.
They here. Open on up.
Oh, maybe they already delivered dead dirt. Has a little bit of time passed? Because Jimmy seems to be walking fine.
It's 20,000 cash, 5,000 apiece for the families of each victim.
I only asked for 3.
I know you did.
He's taking care of him. Oh no, they're still alive. They're still alive.
The 3 pieces of shit that shot this place up.
You sure about that?
Ask him yourself.
That gonna be my pleasure. Governor office dropped my case. You can tell your daddy I'll call off the strike.
I will. And you could do something for me. Tell Nucky I want to talk.
Damn, Jimmy going above and beyond for Chalky White here. Maybe it is to get that talk with Nucky.
Welcome back, fellas.
Oh, they're gonna have their fun.
Let's go to Charles.
It's gone over and it's gone like
Feel like a steak.
it's gone over and above forgiveness. It's too late for that, but we'll see.
Come get Beatrice.
Go ahead, Emily.
Let's go, Emily. Let's go.
Girl. That's it.
Daddy!
Hi, sweetie.
Daddy.
How was Philadelphia?
Where's Mrs. Schroeder?
She left, sir, 20 minutes ago. She didn't say where she was going.
William, Emily.
Damn, man. Oh.
Bring me back a shaved cherry ice. I'm boiling. Mrs. Schroeder, how do you do, our Mr. Randolph?
She brought Father Brennan
This
here.
is Father Brennan.
I'm here for moral support.
Damn,
I don't think I'll need it.
she's gonna go.
I meant for Mrs. Schroeder.
She's gonna.
Understood that, Father.
She's gonna go for constant reassurance with Brennan.
Mrs. Schroeder has left her children, including her sickly daughter, to be here today.
What's wrong with her?
Polio.
I'm terribly sorry.
No, you're
Mrs.
not.
Schroeder is a widow and devoted mother. She is active in the church and ignorant of any of the charges in this case.
I didn't realize they taught law at the seminary.
Damn.
Perhaps we can let Mrs. Schroeder speak for herself.
There's nothing she...
I'd like to speak with Miss Randolph alone.
I'm not sure
Thank
that...
you, Father.
You are dismissed, Father.
Well, I suppose I'll buy some stamps.
You are not the father. Damn. He just got done. Man, I'm vibing with this show. I love it. It's so easy to watch. It's great.
Is it difficult to become a lawyer?
Not really. I did it, so. Nah, I'm sorry. I just dissed myself. Okay, listen. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, man, it is what.
Don't take no for an answer.
I'm not a lawyer. I'm not practicing at the
I
moment,
doubt
but
it was that simple.
I've graduated, so like. Yeah.
You're right. Your feelings are complicated.
The truth is complicated as well.
Then I'd be very interested in hearing what you have to say.
Would I have to appear in court?
100%.
I'll compel you to testify, whether you cooperate with me or not. I can paint you either way on that witness stand. It's really up to you. The helpless widow, unwittingly drawn in by her husband's killer, or the shameless gold digger seduced by money.
Does it matter to you that neither of those are true?
It matters that Enoch Thompson goes to jail.
Damn, so you can either take the Kanye West gold digger approach, or you take the Diddy approach with Nucky killing and putting out a hit on someone. I'm not insinuating anything. Okay, I'm having too much fun. Okay, listen. Hey, the court documents, there's an article. You read up on it. I saw on Twitter, court documents revealed that, he didn't put a hit out on Park, okay? It is what it is. I think that's common knowledge now, so... Will it be the red pill or the blue pill? Whichever one.
What has he given you besides money?
He's never been cruel to me.
He's been plenty cruel to others.
I've never seen it.
But you know it anyway.
100%. She's remained ignorant to it, or like you know,
I have children.
knew
And
deep
does their
down.
well-being trump everyone else's? The victims as well as the criminals?
If you had your own, you'd never ask.
If I had my own, I couldn't bear knowing that their comfort was bought with the blood of others.
Big
Because
up,
sooner or later, they'll find out themselves.
big up Esther.
And that won't be a happy day.
Big up Esther. I said it. I said it a couple episodes ago.
If I did what you ask,
You're doing the right thing.
what becomes of me?
You'll never have to see him again. Set yourself free, Mrs. Schroeder.
This is a massive trump
You'll
card.
be amazed
If
at
she
how
can-
much better you'll feel.
If she can get Schroeder to go testify on the stand. A massive trump card.
How do you order someone to commit murder? It's fucking ludicrous.
That's my position.
If I order them to step in front of a train, would they do that too?
If they would, your troubles are over.
God damn it. Eddie! John, why is this bourbon empty?
Someone drank it.
You're cracking wise now?
I will refill it immediately.
We should discuss your brother. If you could talk to him.
In protective custody.
Okay, word through his lawyer. Make him an offer of some kind.
Listen, the trump card Esther has is probably trying to flip Schroeder to obviously testify against Nucky. And the trump card potentially Nucky has is blood. Is blood. Brotherly blood. Family. In Eli, try and flip him to try and, you know, fabricate a story. And I'm not saying obviously Nucky's doing the right thing. You obviously doing the wrong thing here, trying to manipulate and fabricate the story itself. But I'm just saying in Nucky's position, one of the main cards he has to play is try and play the brotherly love card, even though his brother ordered a hit out on him, Jimmy ordered a hit on him. Like, it's just, it's all complicated, man. It's Boardwalk Empire.
No, he's not the real problem. There certainly is.
Her testimony's what'll sink you.
She doesn't know anything.
But even if the jury thinks she does,
Yeah.
that's enough to corroborate Eli and Halloran.
100%.
They're accomplices. They'll say anything to get off.
And juries know that. But if there's an independent corroboration of what those accomplices allege, even by inference, it could be enough to convict you.
He's the main card, Schroeder.
Bottom line is that if your lady friend testifies,
She's conflicted. It's just, which side is she
The
gonna
fight is on the line.
lean towards? Which pill is she gonna take? You know, the easy way out would probably be with Nucky, protecting Nucky and, you know, continuing to live that life in comfort. But that guilt is forever going to remain there. Or is she going to take the Esther side where, you know, Esther, what she said, you'll be free of everything you've ever done. You would feel much more freedom if you did that. But, you know, maybe finding her feet is going to be much harder now. So who knows? Unless she will still have the property in her name, right? She could blindside Nucky and say, you know, put the property in my name. And then she can still testify against him, right? Like, and then take all the property and sell it off. Can that happen? Yeah, I think she can. Legally, it's in her name. She'll sell it off and then testify against Nucky. She can play him. Really. That's what I'll do if I was Margaret. I'd screw Nucky. I'll be like, Nucky, listen. I'm not going to testify against you. Just put the stuff in, you know, my name, just in case it goes up shit creek. And then, when it comes to the testimony, I'll screw you over.
you can wait outside. It's okay, I used to do your job.
You're the reason I'm doing it now.
You know what'll be crazy? I could be totally wrong here, and I probably am. The scenario I said before about Margaret lying to Nucky and then putting everything in her name, or like the property acreage in her name. And then Margaret, you know, plans all this with Owen. And she's like, listen, I'm going to do this, 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 this. And then when Nucky goes to prison, we can go away back to Ireland. I can take care of my family or something like that. And we can go away together. That would be interesting. That would be really interesting. And there has been a couple seeds planted with Owen Slater keeping secrets, you know, from Nucky. And Nucky said in, I think, episode 10, Battle of the Century, no more secrets. No more secrets. So that'll be interesting to see if that plays out.
I'm sorry about Angela.
Manny Horvitz. Philadelphia.
Never heard of him.
He used to work for Waxy Gordon. He came for me. Found her instead.
If I hear anything, I'll let you know. No, thank you.
To the lost.
To the lost, he said it again.
Knocked the wind out of me. I know there's nothing I can say. Nuck. Maybe there's something I can do.
For me? How about telling the truth?
No, I was angry.
I feel like Jimmy's trying to make
About
amends, but it's a
Who
bit
I
too late.
was, Who you are,
He was manipulated by everyone.
what I've been through over there. The shooting. I never meant for that to happen.
Then why did it? You said you wanted to talk, James. And suddenly you're very quiet.
It was Eli.
And you had nothing to do with it.
Let me make things right. Or as right as they
I
can.
mean, he did have something to do with it, but Eli did suggest it first.
Just tell me how to help you.
And he probably needs Eli alive for the trial, if he can try and spin him.
We were both raised Catholic, but I suppose it's fair to say that we have fundamental differences in our approach to religion.
You lost your faith.
If there really is a God, would he have given me this mug? Look, maybe there is some being in the sky who sits in judgment. We'll all find out soon enough. But my relationship to whatever that is, it doesn't need rules.
So your version of God asks nothing.
It asks that I love my family, that I care for them and protect them. There is more God in the love I feel for you and those children than in all the churches in Rome. I know you're in pain. And I know how hard it's been.
Which conversation is going to have more
It'll
weight?
get better. You'll see. We just need to stick together. I adore you, Margaret.
Has Margaret already made her decision?
I adore our family.
And this means nothing.
My entire universe. It's within these walls.
Or is this one last grasp
The
attempt?
rest can disappear.
And if I were to believe all that,
I need you to marry me,
need.
so you won't have to testify. I want you to marry me.
That's the
Why
Breaking
did
Bad
you
play.
say that?
Not the Breaking Bad
Because I
play.
didn't want to insult
But
you
like-
by pretending that you wouldn't be saving my life.
That's why they didn't get a divorce.
I've done bad things, horrible things that I convinced myself were justified. I can see how wrong that was, and God or no God, no one is sorrier than I am.
The kettle's whistling. It's heating up.
I'm afraid, Margaret.
I feel like that's meant to.
I don't want to die or spend the rest of my life in jail.
That's meant to represent
I
Margaret's
would
mind state at the
admit
moment.
that to anyone but you.
It's simmering. Yo, if this was Inside Out, Margaret edition, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
You are always surprising.
Joy is running rings.
I will grant you that.
That's his trump card. Marry me. That'll
The death
screw Esther
certificate has
up.
been approved. You should keep a copy for your files.
Cause of death. Accident.
That cost a pretty penny. There's also the question of his will.
I didn't realize he had one.
From 1914, he never revised it.
And?
He left the bulk of his estate to a Luann Pratt.
Yo,
servant who tried to poison him.
Wow.
What if he had no will?
His estate goes to you as next of kin.
And from me to my son. When I die?
Heaven forbid.
Man, legal stuff just goes right out the window.
Your guests have arrived.
Be firm in what you want. You need to make sure that they
No more advice.
Man,
I've only tried to help you. I never meant
I know
for any
you
of
did.
look how Gillian's eyes lit up at the prospect of the will.
man of the house.
And then they just got screwed up. They didn't even read it properly.
Gentlemen.
He said he left the bulk of her estate to Luann Pratt. Who knows what he left to the Gillian and, you know, James himself.
Obviously, with my father's passing, things have changed quite a bit.
Talking to the mayor about naming a street for him.
My condolences.
On your wife as well, Jim. Thank you. I've rethought our position regarding Nucky.
His ass in a sling seems like the right position to me.
We're going after Eli. You'll recant your testimony, all of you. Blame
Interesting.
everything on him.
What? After all this?
My reputation's on the line. And if Nucky beats the charges, where's your reputation then?
He's on the ropes, kid, on the run.
This is no time to lose confidence. What do you think, Leander?
My advice is to stay the course.
You've been through the ringer, kid. Your wife, now your pop. That's a burden for any man.
Yeah, take a trip, clear your mind. A week from now, this will all be over.
We've come this far. Why turn back?
Besides, I like being the treasurer.
Interesting.
Are you the strongest little girl in the world? Yes. Are you the strongest, mightiest, strongest girl in the world? Keep your legs still. Now put your
See, these are the situations she's going to look at. And it might possibly influence her decision.
just like that. See? Come on, sweetie.
Thank you. I would like you to come with me, please.
Where?
Mr. Slater will drive us to the church, where I intend to make a full and complete confession. Then, after I've made my peace with God, Father Brennan will marry us.
Damn! Alright, decision made.
Thank you. I don't know what
Children, we'll be back later. Say goodbye to your father.
Bye. Bye, Daddy. You like some more?
Katie, I need you to come with us, please.
Damn. Wait till Esther finds out. Ah!
May it please the court. Violations of the Volstead Act and extortion of local businesses.
Damn, the interchanging cuts between Margaret confessing,
Enoch Thompson is a man who will stop at nothing to achieve his ends.
Esther rehearsing.
A man whose greed knows no boundaries.
Let women be subject to their husbands as to the Lord, for the husband is the head.
You'll hear how rather than minding the city's coffers, he was instead lining his own pockets.
Therefore, as the church is subject to Christ, so also let the wives be to their husbands in all things.
This is a power play, man.
Along with his various, including James Neary, now the interim treasurer.
What the fuck? Look at me. Take a coffee break, don't come back.
Damn!
Marriage is an institution not to be taken lightly.
Enoch Thompson is a man loyal only to himself.
Sacred covenant before God.
A man who orders up murder, like you and I order coffee.
Knowing this, I ask you, do you, Margaret, choose to marry Enoch? To join with him as your husband for all the
Yo,
days
getting
of your
Katie
life?
and Owen to experience this
At which
is savage.
point, Sheriff Elias Thompson ordered me to falsify
gun to your head.
Enoch, take you, Margaret, for my lawful wife.
Yo, Esther's gonna be in for a massive surprise.
Fucking confession signed at gunpoint.
Not just a confession.
Suicide note.
You may kiss the bride.
A suicide note. Yo, everything going Nucky's way. in this montage, little
Accordingly,
here.
there can be only one just verdict. Guilty. In my 8 years as a prosecutor, I have never seen a more blatant example of witness tampering.
Objection. I resent these insinuations, Your Honor.
Insinuations? They're flat-out accusations.
Simply because Miss Randolph's case is unraveling like a ball of yarn.
Spare me, Mr. Fallon. We all know what's going on here.
Well, until you can prove it, I suggest...
Order. Counsel, approach bench.
Listen, we know it's the biggest case of witness tampering I've ever seen, right? Listen, she is right. Esther is right. But it's all crumbling before her. Like, prove it. Prove it. I saw it happen, but, like, I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to jump through the screen and say, yo, I'm watching these events play out. No. I'm protecting the sacred timeline here, bro. Okay? It's just, it is what it is.
You have no chance at a murder conviction, and you've lost your main witness on the other charges. Do you really want to proceed with this fiasco until jeopardy attaches? Or would you rather go get your ducks in a row?
She who fights and runs away.
I'll take the ducks, Your Honor.
Yeah, she got to go.
The defense motion for mistrial is granted. This case is dismissed without prejudice.
Yeah. She's got to go back and get things in order. She has to. She has to.
Your Honor, I move that my client, Sheriff Elias Thompson, be released on his own recognizance.
Granted.
I make the same motion for my client, Deputy Raymond Halloran.
Your client confessed to murdering Hans Schroeder.
We had a plea deal, Your Honor.
Then I suggest you read it. It was conditioned on the fact that Mr. Thompson's murder charge goes to the jury. Mr. Halloran, you are hereby remanded to the federal penitentiary at Leavenworth, Kansas.
What? Wait a minute!
Yo, he walked. Yo, he beat the case for now. For now. Because Esther ain't gonna let it slide. She's gonna come back. She gonna take some time off, recuperate, get things together again. It's just a series of, you know, unfortunate events caused the mistrial. He gonna be tried again.
He likes that.
Surely Jimmy's actions this episode are gonna have consequences.
You know, when I was your age, a little bit older, it was hot like this.
He saved
I got
Nucky's
out of it.
ass.
The boardwalk didn't come out this far then. I built a lean-to out of driftwood, pocket full of peanuts, and pretend I was Robinson Crusoe.
With me, Ma?
All right, here we go. Whoa. Hands here. Hold on with your legs. Tighter. Won't bother him.
Cowboy or soldier?
Soldier.
Just like his dad.
You pay me after.
Man, the law has been ripped to shreds this episode. No pun intended. With the will being ripped to shreds. But like, the law itself was manipulated. So many characters in the show have been manipulated. The law itself needs to get its act together. The Boardwalk Empire Act of 1920 is rigged, man.
You're awake.
Those sections are crazy.
And I'm drunk. Not the most romantic greeting, was it?
Honesty has its virtues.
Is she really
I was out
free?
celebrating with Fallon.
Yes. Congratulations. A stroke of luck.
I know what you're thinking.
Really? What's that?
The mistrial.
Lucky Thompson.
I had nothing to do with Neary's suicide, Margaret.
I believe you.
Look,
No
I'd be
sh-
lying if I said it didn't benefit me. Obviously it did. But he was a very troubled man. Involved in something he knew was wrong. I can't be responsible for all the misfortune in the world, can I?
I said I believe you.
He runs this town. The king stayed a king.
Have you seen the evening paper? Congress is set to approve the road appropriations.
Oh, he finally getting his
New York or
roads.
New Jersey.
Damn.
A good day for the state.
I forgot about the roads.
That land will be worth a fortune, Mrs. Thompson.
So you've said.
I'll need you to sign the deed back over as soon as you get a chance.
Of course. It was only for safekeeping.
Oh, so she did have it in her name.
Am I sleeping in here?
We are married.
Who knows? Maybe you're right. Maybe God is giving me another chance.
Yo, she's done something behind his back. I don't know, she's done something. I don't know, she's playing him or like... Yeah, obviously she's playing the nice card here, but she doesn't forgive him at all. And she knows deep down that he had something to do with it. Like, surely she just ain't remaining ignorant.
Hey, Uncle Nucky.
Ryan, getting big. Hermit.
Hey, at least he knows the kids' names.
Hot enough for you?
Yes. And how about those fillies and my brother tried to have me killed? A2, Eli?
What?
Shakespeare. Julius Caesar.
You too. Is that does that mean you too? I think.
There's a character named Eli.
I think that was like one of Caesar's last words because he realized one of the men that betrayed him.
I had nothing to do with that.
Trying to remember my ancient history.
That's not what your partner said.
My partner?
Jimmy.
What do you expect, Nucky? Fucking kid will lie about anything.
After all this, will you at least do me the courtesy of being honest?
I am being honest. What?
To everything. All of it. Before they bring new charges.
Nucky?
I spoke to the Attorney General. You'll do 2 years at the most. Be out in half that time. June, the kids, they'll be well looked after. It's the best you're going to do, Eli. God knows it could be a lot worse.
100%. Probably do a year's time in jail. Just, you have to suck it up.
Some chink downtown.
Ship it in from the Orient. We could start an import operation. Chinese lanterns. Things of that nature. Cut out the middleman.
Just so you know, we come to you with this first.
Out of respect.
Not to Jimmy, eh? Not to Jimmy.
Sir, Nucky Thompson called.
He has a connection to Waxy Gordon, who I know has a connection to you.
If Mr. Horvitz were to go,
Who gives a shit?
I would have no opinion one way or the other.
Well then, it appears I have a decision to make.
He's got to go, blood.
Flip a coin. When it's in the air, you'll know which side you're hoping for.
I'm sure we'll be quite happy here.
How's this guy not being brought in yet?
Am I?
He shot a federal agent. And obviously the other things on his case.
That's the first 2 months in advance.
Mr. and Mrs. Mueller, welcome to Cicero.
Cicero, where are they? Mr. and Mrs. Mueller. No, wait, did Van Alden remarry?
It's supposed to be singing, and this fella, Radcliffe, he starts changing the words.
It's crazy. I see kind of a little bit of parallels between Margaret and Jimmy, a little bit with how conflicted these characters are and them trying to free themselves of their guilt or free themselves of their sin and the past wrongdoings. Obviously, Margaret's way of, freeing herself was to either, testify against Nucky and let all those burdens go, or the other way she did it was with God or with Father Brennan, confess her sins, with reconciliation. And then obviously, Jimmy's way of doing it was amending, that sort of not amending fully, but, trying to rectify those past mistakes with Nucky, the main father figure in his life, and how he was manipulated by those others around him, and how I've said since the start, that sort of position he had was a poison chalice, and he was nowhere near ready for it. And he did not have the mental capability to process all those decisions and whatever he had on his plate. And it was far too early. So yeah, his way of trying to sort of, free himself of all that guilt of what happened was to try and, save Nucky from his case, or do as much as he can to get Nucky off, such as killing the present treasurer at the time, and then him writing that letter, that confession note. So yeah, really interesting stuff, and obviously having that talk with Nucky, and that sort of clears his mind a little bit, and he felt like obviously he'd done wrong by Nucky a lot of the time.
Over there.
Is that a smile from Richard Harrow?
I'll fight any night in my underwear.
Maybe days on end, moving from blind to blind. Water, rations, rifle, never speak a word. I come back to camp, the boys joking. I feel this is where I'm meant to be.
Nobody was meant to be there.
And that's where we were. We're still there, aren't we?
I'd like to see Richard.
Time to come home, Richard.
I'd like to see Richard interact with a lot of characters in this show properly.
I don't know. But promise me you're gonna try.
Like, even Richard having interaction with Esther or someone along the lines of that. I just, yeah, like to see him in a room with a lot of characters.
I'll be there.
He's got a tough decision to make here. What decision did Nucky make? Is Nucky setting up Jimmy, or is Nucky setting up Manny? We still don't know.
What was that?
Nucky. He found Manny Horvitz.
I'll come with you.
It's okay.
Yeah, if Richard ain't going, Jimmy might be getting set up here.
I could take care of this for you.
This is something I gotta do myself.
I feel like Jimmy ain't making it out of this one. I'm trying to... Listen, Manny has never done wrong by Nucky, but Jimmy has.
Did Jimmy go out?
Listen. I know in a last gasp attempt, Jimmy did save Nucky, but was it too late? Was it too late?
Has to do.
I mean, that's an individual who tried to take your life, who ordered a hit out on you, or sort of, approved it.
What are you wearing under there?
Yeah, you even hear the thunder rumbling, man. Oh, he's dog tags, man.
Let me tell who you are.
Oh.
Did Daddy give you those?
Yeah, Jimmy ain't making it. I'm saying it right now. He's being set up by Nucky, unfortunately. I feel like he is. The thunder's rumbling.
What? You're gonna be a big man in this city one day. Just like your father.
Maybe that's her coming to terms with Jimmy possibly, not coming back. And she's found a new apprentice to kiss his little winky. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What a fantastic finale, man. Yeah, I feel like if we're gonna kill off a major character, it's gonna be Jimmy. It's gonna be Jimmy. To the Lost. He said it before in the season. He said it now. Okay, but Manny is tied up here. Or it could be a ruse. But Manny hasn't done wrong by Nucky. That's the thing.
James?
By the war memorial as well. Where he made the very speech.
So now you've had your revenge, boy chick.
Yep. I knew it.
Is that what this is?
Is that Eli? I knew it. I knew it. I caught it. I caught it. Hey, this is such a fantastic final standoff here.
I'm not armed.
He isn't.
Father, son staring each other in the eye.
This is the only way we could have ended.
Even though it's not blood, but...
This is your choice, James.
I died in the trench. Years back. Thought you knew that.
Damn.
So who's gonna do it?
Damn, man. That's actually insane, because... It's crazy the parallels with this show and Peaky Blinders, and I made a call about Peaky Blinders and the main character, Thomas Shelby himself. I said in one of my reactions, and one of the comments said, that's a perfect call. Like, that's an amazing call. I talked about Thomas Shelby being dead ever since the war, ever since World War One, ever since, you know, he came back from those experiences. He was dead, and it echoes perfectly what was said in the Pacific in one of the conversations. And I've said this before on the channel, but I just want to reiterate again about a father talking to his son before he went off to war. And, you know, his father was a doctor, and he's like, I've treated many injuries. I've treated and tended to so many wounds, but there's one wound I cannot heal or tend to. And that's the soldiers' soul. That's, you know, those who have served their soul. I cannot mend those wounds because they've lost their soul completely. Their soul is completely tarnished. And yeah, that's what Jimmy's echoing here. I've been dead ever since the war. And that's the same call I made about Thomas Shelby, is that you're never the same after those experiences. And then these individuals had these certain expectations of him. And yeah, it's sad, but it seems like the end of Jimmy Darmody here.
Manny? You? Eli?
I am.
My first time I vomited after. 2 days straight. Second time I didn't even think about it.
So fucking stupid.
Just try to make yourself calm.
You had everything going.
Breathe, Nook.
Your whole life.
You'll get through it. All you gotta worry about is when you run out of booze, and you run out of company. And the only person left to judge you is your...
Yo, I don't know. I forgot his name, the guy that plays James Darmody, but he absolutely nailed it in that scene. You know, coming face to face with death. You know, he wasn't afraid there. Did he shoot him in the mouth or like the neck? Oh, straight to the cheekbone.
You don't know me, James. You never did. I am not seeking forgiveness.
I love the cut to wide shots when a character is killed in, you know, any form of media. It's such a smart thing to do. It's so good. Obviously, he died a soldier. You know, he'd come face to face with death so many times during the war, so he confronted it there with Nucky. He was ready. He wasn't afraid. He knew what he did. It came down to that. This is the first war flashback we've had of Jimmy. That's insane. You know, you can only, like, obviously, he went over those trenches so many times into no man's land. You think he was going to be worried about these individuals in Atlantic City with guns? Yeah, they have power, obviously. And have a lot of influence in Atlantic City.
It's only the angels bowling up in heaven, dear.
But I feel like they were never a physical threat to James Darmody. They were never like a physical threat in terms of like, yeah, what happened in the war, that could never obviously be replicated in Atlantic City, in terms of like, yeah, that danger with guns or any sort of violence to Jimmy. He was dead after the war. And yeah, I just feel, yeah, that's what I'm just trying to say here.
Nothing at all to be afraid of.
That's our major character. I feel like that's been killed off for season 2.
Good morning.
He came back with blood on his
Are
hands.
you not having breakfast?
Early meeting.
Nah, he about to
You were
vomit.
late
That's
last
why if he
night.
has breakfast.
I was beginning to get worried.
No need.
Where were you?
I was with Eli.
Just out.
In the rain.
I ran into James Darmody.
Really? And how was that?
It's fine.
That's
We cleared the air.
That's a mistake. That's a mistake.
I'm surprised.
My new leaf. Turns out he's re-enlisting. Already left, actually.
Oh, I'm guessing his murder is gonna get swept under the rug.
Well, the rain broke the heat at least.
Yes, it did.
Because I was about to say to myself, wouldn't a murder like that or his disappearance come up in the paper? But I'm guessing they have some influence over that. And that's the second time this episode that Margaret stared right through Nucky. And I feel like she's feeling a little bit of guilt right there and regretting that decision to marry him, because she just realized right there, or even realized earlier on in the episode, here we go again with the shit. Here we go again with the lying. She's seeing right through it. And she's been there long enough to know when he's lying.
I'll be home for dinner.
And sense it. And he lives to fight another day. He walks free yet again. Deed of land. I'm telling you, she ain't never gonna transfer it. She's gonna keep... Oh, is she gonna transfer it? Oh, that's a lot of land. Nah. I reckon she's gonna... Yeah, I reckon she's gonna save it for herself for a rainy day. Like I said, that's her insurance policy. But the marriage is Nucky's insurance policy.
Congratulations, Nucky.
Gentlemen.
A celebratory drink. But I feel like the storm awaits for Nucky. He's gotten past this hurdle, but I feel like it's going to come full circle again.
We're almost out.
This is it, eh?
The road to riches.
I was thinking the Harding Highway. Never hurts to remember your friends, huh?
Oh, she's going to sign it? She's going to transfer it? Margaret Thompson. She was about to write Schroeder. Wait, transferee Saint. Oh, she transferred it to the church, not back in Nucky's name. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. That's one way to screw him over. Yo, I can see how a lot of viewers who love Nucky Thompson, and I love him, but obviously he's an evil character, but I can see how a lot of viewers would have been pissed off at Margaret. Pissed off at Margaret. Like, really pissed off at Margaret. To, you know, to see her legally transfer everything into Father Brennan. Obviously, that can be changed in the future with a gun to his head, because we saw it this episode. But man, oh, what a fantastic season of Boardwalk Empire season 2, ladies and gentlemen. What an amazing season of television. And I'm really excited for what's to come in season 3, 4, 5. There is so much, like, there's so much to explore. And I just feel like we haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg yet, because what new issues are going to plague, you know, Atlantic City? It seems like, you know, Rothstein's been given this proposal by Lansky and Luciano about, you know, the heroin and how that's going to start up. Is Nucky going to want a piece of it? Is that going to change the game as well from the alcohol? It's going to be interesting. A new player is going to be introduced, and obviously Esther Randolph is not going to go away. She's going to come back, obviously, in my opinion, and try and indict Nucky. That indictment is always going to loom over his head, in my opinion, and I cannot wait to see season 3 play out, because I'm interested to see if they introduce any new key players, and how they're going to continue to make these character conversations and meetings and sit downs interesting, because they always are. They are always phenomenal, but it's going to be interesting to see who creates a rift between these characters now, because it seems to be, it seems to be all in order at the moment. It seems to be going well, and I feel like the only issue Nucky's got to worry about is obviously the indictment, and I feel like what's going to tear him down is the woman he has just married, because we've already seen that. She saw the shit, she saw through the shit that with Nucky at breakfast. She saw right through him and how he was lying about the night before, and him, being with James Darmody. And if she gets word that James Darmody has been killed somehow, then obviously she's going to put the pieces of the puzzle together yet again. So it seems like, I don't know. She's gonna tear Nucky even down. She's gonna tear Nucky, even more with the marriage from within. And he's gonna least expect it, because he thinks he's got her tied down. So it's gonna be interesting to see if Nucky realizes that, if things are found out from about Margaret and what she has been doing, and what he's going to do about those things. So I cannot wait to see season 3, ladies and gentlemen. I'm hella excited. Like I said, we have lost James Darmody, and it's sad to see him go. I think he went out in a phenomenal way, obviously, with how it was shot. You had the natural lighting from the car itself, the headlights of the car, and then I think it was perfectly lit. You had the thunderstorm, you had the rain. It was, set in the backdrop of the war memorial itself. Obviously, James Darmody dying a soldier. Earlier on in this episode, Tommy donning the soldier's hat, taking the dog tags. Oh, it was phenomenal stuff. Phenomenal stuff. To the loss, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot wait to see season 3. I'm just saying, I cannot wait, because, like I said, at the end of season 1, besides James Darmody, a lot of the key players are still alive. A lot of our favorite characters are still alive to interact with one another and have those sit downs. So we're going to see more Chalky White. We're going to see more of Gillian. How is she, going to manipulate others now? How is she, going to maintain power, in the Commodore's estate with James gone? Is she going to sort of groom, Tommy? Is Tommy going to be grown older now? Are we going to have a massive time jump? Who knows? Who knows? Obviously, we've got Chalky White still. Richard Harrow. Oh, sensational, man. A fantastic group of characters to look forward to again in season 3. I love Boardwalk Empire. I hope you guys love my reactions. It's been your boy, Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.